Alright, hey, I figured out my recording, so here's my next video on my playthrough as Polar Blade. I was going for the achievement, I believe it's called First Come, First Serve. I unfortunately did not get it. We'll point out why in a little bit, but here we'll just go over the stats. Ending prestige of 100, ended up with the max technologies, religious unity, 758 provinces. I believe I needed 760 something. Barely missed it. I had 480 troops and 263,000 manpower. I could field 1,000 troops or 1,000,000 people. I had 292,000 infantry and 188,000 artillery. My naval force limit was 430, and I had 292. Alright. That should be it. My score was 17,000, which way dwarfed any of the other nations here. We had the third largest army, the third largest navy. The reason I have the third largest army, you might think, if I ended up in first, as far as nations go, I'd have a large army. One, it's expensive, and two, I didn't need that many, and you'll see why. The largest navy, most provinces, highest province value, second highest income, and the highest trade income. Okay. I'm going to go through the timeline and start from the beginning. I don't think it lets me show up map modes in the timeline. It does not. No way. Yep, it will not let me show map modes in the timeline. Okay. So here we are. Yeah, alright, no map modes. That's fine. Okay, so here we are at the start of the game. And I started with Ladana as my capital. And just a couple other provinces here. This is start of the game, just 4 provinces, and pretty much goal is achievement. I start as a westernized country, and I start in America, and I try to get a lead in the colonizers. This is difficult because oftentimes Castile and Portugal will colonize over here, and the problem with them colonizing over here is they're way stronger than me, and they'll often beat me up in the start, but I managed to actually take them out. So let's see what happens here. So there's not going to be pretty much anything going on at the start. First, I take them out over here in Magdalena. Then a lot of time will pass. I start my first colony here. You see I start colonizing over in the Caribbeans pretty quick here. Huesca kills Carib there, but I believe Carib ends up revolting. Yep, I colonize right next to Huesca so I can attack them. Right down here, I attacked Quito. And I take out Huesca as well. I start doing I also take out another Indian group up here, and I've started colonizing over here as well, heavily in the Caribbeans. You can see that Portugal is also colonizing here as well, so I need to be careful, as well as England has started to colonize. At this point, I think Chimu is my vassal. Okay, I've colonized most of the Caribbeans. Okay, Portugal had land over here, but what happened is as soon as they turned into a colony, I conquered them. So here we just have all of the Caribbeans are mine because I stole it from Portugal. Spain is starting to colonize over here. I'm starting to colonize down Rio de Janeiro. things are going to go pretty crazy pretty fast here. Spain decides to colonize next to me. I'm not too happy about that. They'll get their due, though. Okay, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. So right now we have English Venezuela, which is going to turn into a colony pretty quick, which will allow me the ability to take it out. Caja America is my vassal. Yep. And I also vassalize Pachaques, so I'm slowly taking out the Indians down here. I believe I attack the English colony there. That becomes mine. And I attack Spanish Brazil over here as well pretty soon. Yep. And so basically what I'm trying to do is go around the corners of South America to make sure that they can't take any of it. Spain's coming back in here again, while England has decided to start colonizing up here. I'll scroll out a little bit more. I'm still colonizing around the coast, finishing up the rest of the Panama Canal. Realize Spain has another colony here again. And Portugal has a colony down here, which I'll take care of in a little bit as well. There we go. I attacked the Spanish colony. Spain is doing a lot of work down here. I believe eventually I'll get stuck in a war with Portugal here soon enough, and that's when things really start getting interesting. I attack England's colony up here, and so I have Florida now. I get in a war with France. I don't know if I have Grenada at this point. And so I help them attack Spain. There we go. I take out a piece of Portugal here. I think Portugal actually declares war on me in a silly move. All the Indians down here are gone, just some Portugal left. I almost have all of South America completely looped around. Oh, there we go. Yep, I took a single province in a war with Portugal, so we're going to see some interesting stuff happen with that, as I'm going to keep on picking on Portugal there. Waiting for that to turn into a colony so I can take it out. I'm starting to actually move into Central America here. You're going to see French Mexico get taken out pretty quick here as well. There we go. It's gone. And then I spend a little bit of time here dealing with the Aztecs. I release Otomi as my vassal, and I'm going to use them to conquer the rest of the Aztecs. Mosquito is also my vassal, and I'm using them to conquer the Mayans. France decided to colonize here. I let them do that and wait until it turns into a colony. French Colombia is also a colony, which I'm going to take out pretty quick here. I take some more land from Portugal, because I'm not nice. And then I attack Spain again. And this is where things start to get interesting. I attack Spain and I release Leon. And Leon's going to stick with me until the end of the game. I'm going to turn them into a March, which is basically a vassal that's stronger than a vassal. But they get a little bit more freedom from you. I am not going to be nice to Spain. And at this point, nobody can even colonize in South America because I own all the edges of it. I'm going to attack Portugal here pretty soon and take the rest of their stuff. I believe at this point, Grenada agrees to be my vassal. They've been sitting there the whole game, and I asked them if they want to be my vassal, and they say yes. So now I have Grenada as my vassal and Leon as my vassal. And we're going to be using them quite extensively over there in Europe. So, okay. Not a lot of stuff is going to be happening over here. I'm mostly just going to be attacking the Aztecs here and the Mayans. As I kind of colonize up the west coast here, I kind of started a string of colonies to claim the west coast for myself. I think my next big war happens against Spain. All of Portugal belongs to me right now. Then I continue to beat up on Spain. I think I get in a war. That was my war with France and England. England takes a little bit of France there. Yeah, they were kind of annoying and caused some problems for me. I'll bite a big chunk over here out of the 13 colonies. Naples starts going crazy and just expands like crazy, but we're going to punish that. So I give some of Spain's land to Granada and my vassal Leon. They're both going to be marches. And by the end of the game, Granada's fielding like 200,000 troops, which is why I don't need to field as much of my own army. And we're going to start picking on people over here. There we go. I beat out a giant chunk here, and I'm colonizing up there as well. There we go. I attacked Morocco down here with Granada. So Granada's kind of spreading along the coast here, and Granada ends up with most of this territory by the end. As of right now, most of my action happens in Europe. I start going pretty crazy over here. Yep, I attack Tunis right after and take a bunch of their land and give it to Granada. So Granada's kind of stretched along this whole coast here. Morocco spreads down there, and at some point I vassalize Air as well and also turn them to march. I attack Morocco again. Yep, see, I vassalize Air and I give them a bunch of their land back and attack Yao. I cut a few pieces out of Spain again. I'm stuck in another war right now, so I can't give the land to Leon, but eventually I hand it over. And we're going to keep beating down on Morocco and Tunis here. Yep, Tunis just disappears. I give them to Granada, and I'm going to attack Naples here pretty soon. Oh, give the rest of Spain to Leon. There's just one little piece of Spain left here, and an annoying part of Morocco. Expand Air a bit more down here. There we go. I attack Naples, give this land to Granada, and give this land to Leon. Oh! Oops, I completely forgot to mention, I vassalized Norway, so you completely missed Norway's expansion. I ended up in a fight with Denmark, and I released them from here, and I've been reconquesting most of this land. They'll get a bit bigger. I guess I should zoom out a little bit more. My bad. You'll see it you'll see it when I play it over again in the end screen. So Norway's expanding rapidly up there. Granada's biting out some more chunks. My vassals are quite strong at some point, so sometimes I just start wars in Europe and I just let my vassals win it for me. Let's peek back over here. I've been colonizing pretty much as fast as I can down here. I have most of South America almost colonized, and I'm working on finishing up the last bits of North America. Unfortunately, this didn't turn into a colony, so I kind of have to... I'll actually have to end up attacking France in the end, which is a pretty tough war, but I managed to actually win. So Spain's been completely eradicated, and in case you're wondering where Spain's capital is right now, it's down here in Highveld. So if that isn't the saddest Spain I've ever seen, then I don't know what is. Poor Spain. I've gotten rid of Morocco's island up there and expanded Granada a little bit. Also moving Leon over into Rome a little bit there. It's at this point of the game where I start to go pretty buck wild over here, you'll notice. Norway is going to take the rest of this land here from Sweden. I'm trying to show everything because I fight several wars at once. Yeah, I completely remove Morocco off the map. The Ottomans attack in Italy. And so I just try to take the rest of Naples land here. Wars. Denmark no longer exists. They've been removed from the map. So finishing up some wars down here with my other vassals. So now all my land is connected here. All my vassals can freely move through each other and are right next to each other. So it keeps a pretty defensive barrier. Still colonizing down here. My name's getting pretty big. Never as big as Russia, but that's alright. Poland in the last years of the game. This gets around to be the time where I take the rest of the land for Norway. Finish off Sweden there. So Sweden and Denmark are gone. Norway is the true king of the Nords, as well as starting to really heavily attack up here. Newfoundland being England's only colony left. The rest of it belongs to me. See, I'm rapidly trying to colonize down here now and finish off South America. This is the kind of the part of the game where I realize I need to colonize as fast as I can, otherwise I'm not going to get the achievement. But unfortunately, it's a little too late. I do end up in a war with France here, I believe. I take out the rest of the Indians, as mean as that sounds. This is where I win my war against France. I give some of the land in the Iberian Peninsula to Leon. I also take the land from France over here. I don't think my vassals expand any further beyond this. At this point, I'm literally just colonizing as fast as I can. You see, I finished up South America here pretty quick. Bam! My name is huge. It might actually rival Russia. Okay, I finish off South America. And bam, it ends right there, with me still having to colonize all of these provinces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 provinces short. I was really close. Just a few more years, and I actually would have gotten the achievement of having all of North America and South America, which includes some of these little islands around here and Greenland. So, unfortunately, I didn't quite get the achievement I was going for this run, but I still had a great game. Being able to have everything, and also having Granada, Air, and Leon as my vassals, owning quite a sizable chunk bitten out of Europe here, so that always feels good. So this is how the game ended. I'm going to play it through one more time really fast so you can kind of see the expansion yourself on the map with it fully zoomed out. I'll try my best to include Australia in here because I don't think you guys noticed I colonized Australia in the regular one, so I'll keep them on the corner of the map here. You can kind of see everything I did. Air gets off to an early start here, and then they get beaten up later, but I come back and save them. Just run through it again so you guys get a little bit of a satisfying expansion chart without me interrupting and pausing every few seconds. There we go. See, I find time to colonize Australia in the meantime. Portugal tries to colonize Australia, but then I tell them, no, I'm actually going to take all that land myself. There's Polarian Greenland. Bam, Polarian Australia. Leon and Grenada get released. Some games I like to mess with Japan, but they just got too big too fast for me to deal with. My name was up there for a little bit. Now it's back down here. It starts expanding as I make my way. You guys got a better view of Norway expanding this time. And that's it. Thank you all for watching. Just kind of like to show off what I did. I'm really sad that I didn't manage to get the achievement just because I missed out on colonizing too fast. It wasn't even that the computers gave me trouble. I just didn't go fast enough. So it'll probably be a while before I even try to take on this achievement again because it was quite hard. Reminders, I believe it was first come, first serve. And I got 737 out of 753 provinces I needed. So I was quite close. Who knows? Maybe I'll go for Fort Odin or something else next. But that'll be about it. Thanks for watching.